To start this, we need to take all the screws out. There's 4 in each side of the scanner. Quite simple to do. I've just sped this part of the video up. And then you basically pull it apart. It's sort of on clippy pegs inside, so you pull it apart, and once you've pulled it apart, it just comes apart like that. You've got one part of the board in your hand like that, and another part of the board which is not in hand. What I'm going to do here is I'm just taking off the knobs on the top. Now, you don't actually need to do this, as I found out during when I was doing it, but yeah, I thought I was going to have to lift it out, but I didn't end up doing it in the end. It wasn't actually needed. So yeah, that's the capacitor that we need to change there that I'm pointing at. You must look where the line is on the capacitor, because the line of the new capacitor needs to be in the same place. So that's the positive side of the capacitor, and I'm just pointing out there on the board the 2 legs of the capacitor that we've got to unsolder. So dead simple to do. We don't need to actually pull this board all the way out. My trick for doing it is sliding a little screwdriver under the capacitor. This is my way of doing these type of things. Little screwdriver under it, and then you can just pop the soldering iron on the legs one at a time, and it'll just then pop the capacitor back out. Because if you just unsolder the legs, sometimes with a desoldering gun and that, you know, it just sits there and you've always got solder on. By doing this, you're putting a little bit of force on the capacitor and it'll just spring out. Like I say, that's my method of doing it. Little screwdriver under there, and the capacitor can pop out. I'll put a link to the capacitor in the video description below. It is a 5.5 volt 0.22 capacitor. It's a memory capacitor, so this is where the memories of the scanner are stored, in this capacitor, not in the batteries, because you can take the batteries out of the scanner. Now, okay, so I've got it out there, and always before you put the new one in, clean the holes up. If you've got a very fine screwdriver, you can poke it in. If not, another trick of mine is to use a paper clip or something like a drawing pin. In this case, it's a little paper clip, just to make the holes clean of all the solder, so the new capacitor can easily slide in the holes. And right next to it there, you can see the pins where the boards slot in, that black thing. And that's the old capacitor, by the way, that I've just took out, in case you're wondering what it looks like. It's the old capacitor, and I've got the new one there sitting on the desk, ready to just put in with, going to hold it with a small pair of pliers and just try and guide it in. It's not easy, it's a little bit fiddly to try and do, so you might have to do a couple of different attempts at trying to get it in. Get one leg in first, the furthest leg away if you can, and then it makes it easier to push the closest leg in to you. And that's the one with a stripe on, by the way, on the capacitor, the one facing me, closest to me. So I've got that back leg in, and I've just got to get that front leg in. Now, because the back leg's in, I can easily just adjust the capacitor there with the help of my hand and the pliers to try and guide it in, get the legs in. It is a bit tricky, it's not much room there, but yeah, if you can see, there you go. Once you've got it in, there you go. Because I've cleaned the holes up, obviously the capacitor will just pop through like that, and that makes us ready now to solder that new capacitor into place. So I'm just getting my soldering iron out and the solder, and just a very small blob of solder on there, making sure that you don't put too much on, otherwise it could damage the track or even spread onto another track, and you don't want to short something out. So you're better just checking it. If you can't see very clearly, use something like a microscope or something like that, one little amplifier mirror type things, so you can actually see the board a bit clearer, making sure that you don't make any mess on the board and cleaning it up afterwards. So yeah, the capacitor is in now. So I can start putting it all back together. So I can put those knobs back on, lining them up. Squelch down and volume down is the easiest way to line the little dots up as to where they should be. Didn't actually need to take them off in the end because I didn't have to take that board out. So yeah, they're all together, and now we can just put the back on so it pushes in. As long as you go holding it straight above and pushing it down, it will just all click into place with the pegs in the middle. There we go. And once you've got it in, you feel it click in, and then you've got 4 screws either side to put back in. You'll notice my scanner is a bit battered. It's actually missing a few screws around it as well, but that's just my scanner because I've been in it a few times to do a few different things over the years. So yeah, it is a bit battered and worn, but yeah, put the screws back in so obviously it doesn't fall apart. Very small Phillips screwdriver required for these screws for putting them in and taking them out. And that's how you do it. And then once you've obviously done this, you can power the scanner up and test the memory, save something in the memory, leave it disconnected for a few hours, plug it back in, and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching this video, everybody.